Hello Maureen and welcome to LesBellesDEbene, your space dedicated to your growth, development, and fulfillment. Here, every African woman is encouraged to build her confidence, protect her heart, and become a respected and loving partner. Today, we're tackling a crucial topic: arguments in relationships. We all know that disagreements are inevitable, but often, how we handle them determines the health of our relationship. My sister, it's possible to manage conflicts without losing your composure, authority, or integrity. The goal isn't to win the argument, but to preserve peace, strengthen mutual respect, and protect your emotional well-being. In this video, you'll discover 5 powerful keys to managing arguments constructively, and 5 practical examples to apply these keys in your daily life and in your relationship. The first key is to breathe and refocus. Before responding to criticism or a hurtful remark, take a moment to breathe deeply. Why? Because reacting impulsively in anger often leads to saying things you regret, and that can worsen the conflict. Breathing allows you to calm your nervous system and think about a calm and constructive response. What this gives you is emotional control, serenity, and the ability to communicate clearly, without exploding. The second key is to listen before you speak. It's easy to focus only on what you want to say and ignore the other person. But actively listening to what your husband is expressing, even if you disagree, shows that you respect their feelings and that you are genuinely seeking mutual understanding. What this gives you is reduced tension, a better understanding of the root of the problem, and the ability to respond appropriately rather than reactively. The third key is to use respectful and assertive language. Avoid accusations like, "You never do," and instead use phrases centered on your feelings, such as, "I feel," or "I would like." This approach reduces your husband's defensiveness and increases the likelihood that he'll listen to you. What it gives you is clear, assertive, and respectful communication, which makes your words seem more important. The fourth key is to take a step back when necessary. Sometimes, despite our best efforts, arguments become too intense. In this case, pausing and giving yourself time to reflect allows you to return to the discussion with a calmer, more rational mind. What this gives you is the prevention of escalation, the preservation of the relationship, and the ability to find solutions rather than accumulating resentment. The fifth key is to seek a common solution. Instead of wanting to win, disagreement guides the discussion toward a solution that respects both points of view. This transforms arguments into opportunities for cooperation and strengthening the couple. What this gives you is mutual respect, natural authority in the relationship, and the building of a solid partnership. Maureen, managing arguments calmly and authoritatively is not a sign of weakness, but a mark of wisdom and inner strength. When applied, this is key. You protect your heart, your relationship, and your integrity, while becoming a woman who is listened to and respected. Here are 5 practical examples of how to apply these keys. The first example is to breathe and count to 10. When your husband says something that irritates you, take a deep breath and count to 10 before responding. This allows you to avoid reacting impulsively, and to think about an appropriate response. What this brings you is emotional control, thoughtful communication, and the prevention of unnecessary conflicts. The second example is to rephrase what your husband says. Say, for example, "If I understand correctly, you feel." This technique shows that you are listening attentively and clarifies mutual understanding. What this brings you is constructive dialogue, fewer misunderstandings, and the creation of an atmosphere of trust. The third example is to avoid accusations and generalizations. Instead of saying, "You never listen to me," try saying, "Sometimes I feel misunderstood." This transforms the criticism into an expression of personal feelings that are more easily received. What this brings you is non-confrontational communication, greater openness from the other person, and mutual respect. The fourth example is to suggest a break if emotions are running high. Calmly announce, let's take a moment to think about this and talk again in 15 minutes. This gives everyone time to calm down and return to the discussion with more rationality. What this brings you is the de-escalation of tension, reflection on the solution, and the maintenance of peace. The fifth example is to look for a concrete solution together. Ask, what can we do to avoid this disagreement in the future? This transforms the argument into a concrete action plan, and shows that you are solution-oriented, not just focused on the problem. What this brings you is cooperation and a stronger relationship, and the position of respectful authority. My queen. Applying these examples in your relationship allows you to manage conflicts with calm, wisdom, and authority. You become a woman capable of transforming tension into constructive and respectful dialogue. Place your hand on your heart, queen, and repeat this declaration of faith with me. I remain calm and strong in every argument. I communicate with wisdom and respect. My words soothe and build. I protect my heart and my relationship. I am a confident, serene, and radiant woman. Repeat this declaration again so that it instills peace, strength, and authority within you in all conflict situations. My queen, write in the comments. What key will you apply today to manage an argument without losing your calm? Your testimony can inspire other women to become stronger and wiser in their relationships. Subscribe to LesBellesDEbene, click like, and share this video with a sister who wants to learn how to manage conflicts with calm and authority. My queen. In the next video, we will talk about how to regain self-confidence after repeated criticism in a relationship, an essential topic for rebuilding your self-esteem and shining brightly despite the challenges. My queen, may God fill your heart with serenity, wisdom, and strength. May He help you manage every conflict with peace and authority, and may your relationship become a space of respect, listening, and mutual understanding. See you very soon.